Right now, at this very moment, ICE agents are standing inside American airports. Not outside, not at the border, inside the terminals, at the security lines, at the gates, and in some cases, on the jet bridge, right before you board your flight. And if you are an immigrant traveler, this is not just news. This is a direct warning for you. Airport checks in 2026 are no longer just about your carry-on bag or your boarding pass. They are about your immigration status. And if you are not prepared, a simple domestic flight could turn into a detention, a deportation, or something that changes your entire life. Stay with me, because this video could be the most important thing you watch before you ever step into an airport again. Welcome back to Immigration Updates today. I am really glad you clicked on this video because what I am about to share with you is urgent, it is real, and it is happening right now in May 2026. Since March 2026, the situation at U.S. airports has changed in a very serious way. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, known as ICE, has been deployed to airports all across the United States. Hundreds of ICE agents, armed, with full legal authority to check your identity, verify your immigration status, and arrest you on the spot if they believe you have any kind of immigration issue. This is not a drill. This is not a rumor. This has already happened to real people. Families have been separated. Mothers have been deported. Travelers have been pulled out of security lines and taken into custody. And here is the part that most people do not know. This risk does not only apply to undocumented people. It applies to visa holders. It applies to green card holders. It applies to DACA recipients. It applies to anyone with a pending immigration case. So no matter what your status is, if you are a non-citizen and you plan to fly, please watch this video until the very end. How ICE ended up inside U.S. airports. Let us start with how this actually happened, because understanding the reason helps you understand why this situation is so dangerous. In February 2026, the U.S. government entered a partial funding shutdown. The Department of Homeland Security, which runs both ICE and the Transportation Security Administration, stopped receiving its regular funding. This meant that TSO officers, the agents who check your bags and scan you at security, began working without any pay. As a result, ICE started losing workers fast. More than 480 TSA officers quit their jobs. Thousands more started calling out sick every single day. Airports across the country saw massive lines. Some travelers were told to arrive 4 hours early just to make their flight. It became a crisis. The Trump administration's response was to send ICE agents to fill the gap. Hundreds of ICE officers were deployed to more than a dozen major airports, including Hartsfield-Jackson in Atlanta, JFK in New York, George Bush Intercontinental in Houston, O'Hare in Chicago, Miami International, Philadelphia International, and others. The official statement was that ICE agents were there to help manage lines and assist with airport operations. But here is the critical fact that every immigrant traveler must understand. ICE agents are not TSA officers. TSA officers look for weapons and security threats. ICE agents are immigration enforcement officers. Even while helping with crowd control, they never lose their legal authority to check your immigration status and arrest you if they find a problem. The Border Patrol chief made it clear publicly that ICE agents at airports would, and I quote, arrest criminals going through the airport. But the definition of who qualifies as a target has expanded far beyond serious criminals under this administration. The hidden danger, TSA, is sharing your flight data with ICE. Now here is something that most travelers do not know, and this part is extremely important. Even before you arrive at the airport, ICE may already know you are coming. Since 2025, TSA has been sharing passenger data with ICE on a regular basis. A few times every week, TSA sends ICE lists of people who are booked on flights. These lists include names, photos, and other personal details. ICE then checks these names against its own immigration databases. If your name matches a record in the ICE database, agents can be deployed and waiting for you at the airport before you even reach the security line. Between January 2025 and February 2026, ICE made more than 800 arrests using information received directly from TSA. Internal data also showed that TSA provided ICE with records on more than 31,000 travelers for potential immigration review. A senior TSA official confirmed during a congressional hearing in January 2026 that the agency is actively supporting ICE's enforcement mission. One of the most shocking examples happened in March 2026. A mother from Guatemala and her 9-year-old daughter were at San Francisco International Airport. They were trying to board a completely normal domestic flight to visit family. Plainclothes ICE officers approached them and placed them under arrest. The mother had a removal order that was issued back in 2019. She had no criminal history. Her daughter was 9 years old. Within 2 days, both of them were removed from the United States. They were not stopped at the border. They were not stopped at a checkpoint. They were stopped at an airport gate inside the United States, trying to board a domestic flight. This is the new reality. Who is most at risk right now? Let me be very direct with you about who faces the highest danger at airports right now. Please listen carefully to this section. Number 1, people with final orders of removal. If an immigration judge ever issued a removal order against you, even years ago, even if you have been living normally in the United States since then, you are considered a high-priority target. Do not fly without speaking to an immigration attorney first. Number 2, people with expired or canceled immigration status. This includes people whose temporary protected status was terminated, people who entered through the CNV parole program, the CBP-1 program, Uniting for Ukraine, and other humanitarian parole programs that the current administration has ended. If your status was canceled and you have not resolved your case, your risk at the airport is very high. Number 3, people with pending immigration cases. This is a point many people get wrong. Having a pending application does not protect you. ICE is arresting people who have pending asylum applications, pending green card petitions, and pending visa renewals. A receipt notice from USCIS does not stop an ICE officer from detaining you. Number 4, green card holders with any kind of criminal history. This is very important. A lawful permanent resident, someone with a green card, can still be arrested by ICE at the airport. If you have any criminal conviction, even a minor one from many years ago, even one where you already served your time, immigration officers can use that to place you in removal proceedings. Reports confirm that green card holders are being detained at airports when they return from international travel based on old convictions that previously caused no problem. Number 5, DACA recipients. People with active DACA status have been detained by ICE at airports. Having DACA does not mean you are automatically safe when you travel. The risk is real. Number 6, visa holders with any complications. If you have overstayed a visa at any point, if you have switched jobs on a work visa without proper authorization, or if there is any discrepancy in your immigration records, you face a heightened level of scrutiny at airport checks. Know your rights when ICE approaches you. This section could protect you in a real situation. Please pay close attention. Right number 1, you have the right to remain silent. Every person in the United States, regardless of immigration status, has the right not to answer questions. If an ICE agent or any law enforcement officer approaches you, you can say clearly and calmly, "I am exercising my right to remain silent." You do not have to answer questions about your immigration history, where you were born, how you entered the country, or your political or religious beliefs. Right number 2, you have the right to ask this exact question: am I being detained or am I free to go? This is important because if they say you are free to go, you can walk away. If they say you are being detained, then you are legally required to stay, but you still have the right to remain silent and ask for a lawyer. Right number 3, do not sign any documents without speaking to an immigration attorney first. This is very serious. At airports, Customs and Border Protection officers sometimes pressure green card holders to sign a form called Form I-407. This is a form where you agree to give up your green card status. If you sign it, you could permanently lose your right to live in the United States. You are not required to sign it. If the officer pressures you, you can say, "I do not wish to sign anything without speaking to an attorney." You then have the right to see an immigration judge. Right number 4. Green card holders are required by federal law to carry their physical green card at all times. Always carry it. Never travel without it. Right number 5. Visa holders must carry their valid passport, their visa stamp, and a printed copy of their I-94 arrival record. Right number 6. If you are detained, you have the right to contact your home country consulate. They can help notify your family and assist you in finding legal help. What you must do before your next flight. Here is your complete action plan. Follow these steps before every trip. Step 1. Consult an immigration attorney before you fly. This is the single most important thing you can do. If you have any open cases, any criminal history, no matter how old, any expired status, or any previous issue with ICE or CBP, a short legal consultation before your trip could prevent a life-changing disaster. Step 2. Carry all your original immigration documents in your carry-on bag, not your checked luggage. Make copies of everything and leave those copies with a trusted person at home. Step 3. Memorize your alien registration number, your A number, if you have one. This number allows an attorney to find you quickly in the system if you are detained and your phone is taken away. Step 4. Write the name and phone number of an immigration attorney or a legal aid organization on a piece of paper and carry it in your wallet. Do not rely only on your phone for this, because your phone could be taken from you during a detention. Step 5. Tell a trusted person your full travel plans before you leave. Tell them your flight details, your expected arrival time, and what to do if they do not hear from you. If you are detained, someone needs to know immediately. Step 6. If your immigration situation is unresolved, seriously reconsider international travel right now. When you return to the United States from abroad, Customs and Border Protection officers have even broader authority to question you, inspect your documents, refer you to secondary screening, and in some cases detain you right at the port of entry. Let me bring it all together for you quickly. ICE agents are physically inside U.S. airports right now with full immigration enforcement authority. TISA is sharing your flight information with ICE even before you arrive at the airport. More than 800 people have already been arrested using this data sharing system. The people at highest risk include those with removal orders, canceled status, pending cases, DACA, and green card holders with any criminal history. You have the right to remain silent, the right to refuse to sign documents, and the right to ask if you are being detained. And before any flight, the most important step is to speak with an immigration attorney, carry your documents, and have a plan in place for your family. This situation is serious. It is ongoing, and it is still developing. The number of airports with ICE presence could grow. The enforcement could expand even further in the coming weeks and months. The best thing you can do right now is know the facts, know your rights, and be prepared before you ever walk into an airport. If this video gave you important information that you needed to hear, please share it right now with someone who needs to know. A family member, a friend, someone in your community who travels by air and may not know what is happening at airports in 2026. Hit the like button so this warning reaches more people who need it. And subscribe to Immigration Updates today so you are always the first to know when something changes that could affect you or your family. If you have been through something at the airport recently, or if you have questions, share them in the comments below. This community looks out for each other, and your experience could help protect someone else. Stay safe, stay informed, and I will see you in the next video.